Testing. 1, 2, 3. Is this thing on? Welcome back to today's episode of Tea Time with Tayea. I'm your host, Tayea. In today's episode, we'll be getting into the more nitty and gritty aspect of who exactly I am and what I'll try to project for everyone who's made it this far, somehow. Without further ado, just get nice and comfy with a warm cup of tea and just get straight into things, shall we? This is my high school downfall. So, as if I haven't mentioned it enough, I have a lot of struggles, educationally speaking. There's just so much to talk about. During my freshman year, I took 2 AP classes. By the way, this isn't, we're talking about the average standard American school system. Sometimes it'll make you learn some stuff that's kind of bullshit. In fact, they took some of the, graduation requirements away for, the later generations, so I'm a little salty about that. For example, required, history class that you had to take during your freshman year, you don't have to take now. Apparently, or maybe it's next year's freshmen, I don't know, but either way, I know it's going into effect, and I'm like, okay, what the frig, guys? But let's get more into the topic of the title of today's podcast episode. My high school downfall had a lot to do with mental spiraling. I have a lot of struggles regarding mental health, and although I'll try to put on a happy face and be like meow 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 meow, I'm afraid to say I'm not all rainbows and sunshine, unfortunately, as much as I would love to be. But there are things, obviously, as what goes on in everyone's life. There are things in my life that I will not talk about. I say this all the time to, people I love, but, not necessarily. I'll whisper under my breath. I don't just, casually, I'm not hanging out with someone and I'm just, dropping this bomb on them. But I don't think I've genuinely let anyone see me. It's a little insane. I think there was maybe one person in my life who I let see that just a little bit, the more damaged and unsavory parts of myself. But not only that, but the more inner child, childish person that I was. But they are no longer in my life, so we must persevere. Other than, maybe that, one person, I really don't think I let anyone, that was the closest someone's gotten to, seeing more of who Tayana Bitsky actually is. Yeah, I don't know. It's just this thing with me. I just don't, I'm gonna sound all cringe. I just kind of don't trust people. Trust issues. I'm toxic. Someone lock me up. Either way, but the main thing is that I will not burden another person with my problems, even if my entire world is falling apart. My best friend could die, and I'll be like, so y'all want to go get some ramen noodles? I will be suffering. Honestly, that's probably not a very good thing. Not saying, I'm knocking on wood, by the way. My best friend will not die. I will not let her. But yeah, no, a lot of my mental health issues is has to deal with the fact that I don't like being vulnerable. I'm not a very open book. I can be when I want to be, but usually no. But with that being said, a lot of my high school downfallness, goober term, a lot of the issues with me educationally is that I can't manage to like keep my grades up and stay sane at the same time. And I'm sure that a lot of other students will agree with me when I say that. Like, I'll like prioritize my mental health. I'll be like, you know what, I need to make a change. I can make a difference. I can make a stand. Please tell me someone got that like Steven Universe the movie reference, please. Anyways, sometimes I'll be like, you know what, whatever, I'm too tired for this. I'm just gonna go to sleep and take care of myself, and then I'll figure out everything else in the morning. I do that really often, and then I go back to my grades and it's booty cheeks. Like, for example, with a lot of my classes, as I previously mentioned with like my college classes, and I believe the last episode, anytime I try and place anything above my education, like, I'm cooked. And the really bad thing about me is that while I don't like necessarily like explain my pain or whatever, I have a hard time hiding it a lot of the time. Like, it's come up that some people have like seen me like scowling or whatever in the hallway, and I'm like, oh shit. Well, cause like usually, I just like, it hit me that some people might be like, gosh, what is going on with her? Is she okay? And I'm like, no, but thank you for asking. I don't know. But either way, a lot of like me struggling academically is just, like I said, due to poor mental health. The thing is about me is that I'll start off good, like at the beginning of a semester, for example, like for usually like 5 weeks straight, I am a straight, solid, good student. And then like the last couple of weeks within a quarter or within a semester, I will start spiraling into nonsense, spiraling into the abyss, and like my mental health will be so bad that why am I talking like that? That's not my voice. It'll just get so bad though that like I won't be able to focus on anything but how miserable I feel. Like, I'll remember the mountains and my friend, we'll call her Starry. Remember the mountains and Starry see me like first thing in the morning in our first hour chemistry class, and I'm literally suffering. And they can contest to the fact that I am usually in a poor mood. I'm either in a poor mood or I'm really hungry, or both. May God forgive me if you see me when I'm both. It's not pretty. I'm not a very, what would you call it? I'm not a very the reasonable person when I'm hungry. Like, I'll just start shouting shit and I'll go insane. I don't mess around with my calories, like low blood pressure and low blood sugar and stuff. So there is that. Yeah, like I neglect myself physically a lot too. Like, it's bad. Recently had it hit me that I'm getting major baggy eyes, and I've always like loved like eye bags. It's beautiful in my opinion. Like, ooh. One of my first crushes, he had like really like noticeable baggy eyes, and I always thought they were super cutie patootiness. So like now that I'm getting them, I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm so cuteness. And then it hit me that maybe to the outside person, I probably look like this is like my physical appearance is slowly becoming my call for help. Cause like I said, terrible self-care skills. Like, I can when I want to. I'm so lazy and a depression that I just don't. I can't find it within me, guys. Anyways, I went down like a whole other topic there. My bad, fam. Sorry for talking about the spiral. I cast my anti-spiral spell. Don't cancel me for that, please. Anyways, continuing. Basically, at the start of the semester, for the first couple of weeks, I'll do great, fantastic even. I'll have like straight A's and I'll be good to go. And then things will just start dropping from there. And like I said, I'll just hit a hiatus where I'm like, okay, it's like that one audio. It's just like, I have a better plan. I'll marry a wealthy man. I just, honestly, that's super silliness. I love that, by the way. Anyways, another thing that recently hit me, about, like, my high school career or whatever. Like, I'm graduating next year, and technically I'll only have 1 year of prom. But, the thing is, it also hit me that I know what I'm going to do after college. Not college, after high school, after I get my diploma and I graduate. I'm literally just first thing going into the military. Maybe not a good thing considering I have a bunch of health problems and I'm mentally unwell, but you know what? Free college. That's what you gotta do here in America. Yippee. And okay, scariness. Anyways, sorry, I saw a scary notification. Basically, I don't know. I know what I'm going to do, but like it doesn't feel like I'm whole at all. Like, I don't know how to put it. Anyway, my high school downfall had a lot to do with me, like, feeling like putting my health above my grades, and beauty had a lot to do with that. I was really, really gorgeous my freshman year. Firmly believe that was I was beautiful, guys. You don't know me like I know my Shayla. I was gorgeous back then, okay? Occasionally nowadays, but I was like rocking my shit every single day last year. I slayed. I served. It was beautiful. It was a great time. Serving cunt every day. Still physically hurts me that I couldn't make more friends with, like, pretty people, because pretty attracts pretty, and I don't know. Anyway, continuing. Also, another thing about my high school downfall. I didn't make a lot of friends. I did actually have a couple of friends from before, like, I made a transfer during my middle school year. I had to switch districts, and then I switched back. And when I had friends before I made the first transfer, and I kind of kept in contact with them for a little while, but eventually we just stopped talking. And honestly, I get that. Like, I'm not asking you to have to wait for me, but like, when I at least come back, at least pretend you know me. Like, I'm sorry, I'm not calling names, but I just, like, it's kind of sad, because, like, I texted them, like, during, like, a week before we started our freshman year, and they were like, I was like, you guys better not abandon me, because, like, I know, like, literally almost no one else, and they were like, okay, no, we won't, trust. Guess what they did? Yeah, that didn't really go well. I'm only really, like, relatively close with one of them now, and she's lovely, and they're all lovely, but only one seems to give a shit. And then there's, and by the end of it, I just ended up staying friends with, like, another one of my friends who, I remember the mountains. He was, like, at the other district that I transferred to during my middle school years, and I guess his mom, like, chose to move him out into the city, so we went to the same school, and I befriended him, and he's so skibbity. He's probably not gonna like the fact that I called him skibbity. Don't tell him I said that. What the frick? Oh, okay, you know what, I was just yapping about, like, my own misery in this. Well, I mean, that was kind of what this episode was supposed to be, but so maybe mission accomplished. But with that being said, I hope you guys kind of like this video, and I'll see you next time. Bye.